Good afternoon. Welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. We clicked on to long range weather forecast discussion for April 16th to the 30th. For April 16th to the 20th, well, first of all, we're going to talk about the MJO, and it's coming out of phase 7 into phase 8, and this is the cold phase, especially for the eastern U.S., and that'll be the case as we go through the period. Now we're going to look at other things. We have several upper lows that are affecting the nation. We have one here over the northeast that might cause problems here later in the period, and then we have one in the west. See the upper low developing down here, and we'll get to that. We're going to look at the period now for the 16th to the 20th, and let me go back. Okay, 16th to the 20th. We still have a trough here between Alaska and Hawaii, a ridge here near the Aleutians. We go through the period of above normal heights across much of Canada and Alaska, and you can see our upper low here by Nova Scotia, and we have another one moving into the west. Excuse me, I almost had a sneeze. And we have news on the flow below normal heights across much of the country, and you can see the models are pretty good agreement with this. Now, in the west, an upper low moving through the west, along with high pressure sinking into the Mississippi Valley, will create an upslope flow and resulting in heavy snow event across Central Rockies, the Plains, Friday and to Saturday. And we'll look at the surface map under this. Here's Friday. Here's Saturday. Here's our cold high pressure system here, and that will cause some snow. Now, in the meantime, we will have heavy rain that will be moving in through the plains. Look at the various models. Heavy rain spread across the plains, and region will occur across Alaska between Alaska and that result will excuse me, but I'm getting tongue tied. Ridging occurring across Alaska and western Canada will result in a reinforcing trough across the Rockies and the Plain early next week. And we go into Monday here. Go back to the other models. Here's our trough here. So we have to watch out here. And then we have an upper low over the Mid-Atlantic, which I talked about. And Mid-Atlantic and Northeast Friday and Saturday. Heavy rain expected across the region. And we'll go back to the surface map. And here's our surface low. And now the models are indicating a coastal low here that will develop and intensify as it moves slowly up the coast. And you can see right here the GFS has snow across the interior, very extreme northern New Jersey, but mostly New England. And we'll take a look at the snowfall for that region. Now here, this is the GFS. Look at this. A heavy wet snow. 9 inches here across 9 inches here across the New York State into New England. And then we go to Friday night. It shows up to 10 inches, maybe close to a foot. And then we get an additional, this is like 24-hour periods. And then we get another 1 to 2 inches. So very heavy snowfall will occur across this region. And that could down trees and power lines. Now we'll look at the ensemble forecast. The European ensembles. Is not quite, shows some heavy snow occurring here across New England. This shows the purple and pink, about the same, 11 to 12 inches, say 10 to 12 inches. So this is, we're expecting a very heavy snowfall. And then also during this period, we will have a frontal boundary here across the Gulf Coast, and that would be the focus for heavy rain from the lower Mississippi Valley and the Gulf Coast. We look at the various models. You can see it right here. This is the European ensembles. Here's the GFS. And you see heavy rain across Florida, Georgia, southern Georgia, south of Atlanta. All right, so we're looking at that map. Now we're going to look at the period for April 21st to the 25th. And the upper low remains between Alaska and Hawaii, and a ridge across Alaska, and above normal heights into the west here. And we have a trough that extends into the east central states. Miles a good agreement with that. Here's the European ensembles showing another upper low here down about Baja, and causing a split in the flow here in the west. But all in all, Miles it's showing ridge in the west, trough in the east. So for this forecast period, calling for above normal temperatures here. Forecasted anomalies of up to 8 degrees are expected. Below normal temperatures are forecast for this region here, with anomalies of 4 to 8 degrees or more will be possible. Some of the models are showing anomalies of 12 degrees. I think it was a GFS. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for much of this area here. Probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. And we have above normal precipitation for this region, and the probability of occurrence is 35%. Now we're going to look at the period for April 26th to the 30th. And the models don't really change. The flow doesn't really change all that much. Still keeping a trough, ridge, trough configuration from the Eastern Pacific or Central Pacific to across North America. But overall, the height fields are a little weaker compared to the previous period. So for this forecast period, I'm calling for calling for above normal temperatures here, and I'm calling for anomalies of 4 to 8 degrees or more will be possible, and below normal temperatures forecast for this region here, with anomalies of 4 to 6 degrees below normal are possible. And for precipitation, calling for below normal precipitation for this region here. Probability of occurrence is 35 to 40%. And we have above normal precipitation for the southeast Tennessee and Ohio valleys and the mid-Atlantic region. And the probability of occurrence is 40%. That's the long range weather forecast discussion for April 16th to the 30th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.